Welcome to the first part of my no damage walkthrough for Separate Ways, my friends. During this minigame we're going to be playing as Ada and we're going to follow her side of the story while she backed up Leon and did her own thing. So I hope you enjoy this walkthrough. I'll show the best strategies to complete each section. So without further ado, let's start by witnessing the intro.
The only reason I've taken on this mission is to get closer to my own objective. No matter what happens, I can't let anyone figure that out. Of course, hiding in the shadows isn't my style. I'll have to reveal myself to him and offer advice once in a while.
No vamos. ¡Ay, qué madre! Te cogí.
So I see you've managed to arrive at the village on time.
Yes, but nobody remembered to roll out my red carpet.
The villagers there are all being controlled. They automatically attack any intruders. Ring the church bell. That should quiet them down for a while.
Sounds like they're good, obedient boys and girls.
Unfortunately, time is not a luxury we have. Gather as much information as you can about the parasites and finish off this little tour.
Leon.
Okay guys, so let's get the move on. Before we battle any of the Ganados, we're going to make a run for it and we're going to go around this area and collect all of the items. There's quite a few things for us to pick up, but we can avoid all of the Ganados while we do this, and then we can always use the door trick to dispose of most of the Ganados without having to waste any ammunition at all. But for now we're just going to keep ignoring them, and Ada is going to keep running in her high heels because, you know, that's very convenient. Actually, that's where they probably got the inspiration for Jurassic World, when they had that lady run away from the T-Rex. It's probably because they played Resident Evil 4 and saw that it was very simple to run in high heels, just like Ada is doing here. But fashion choices aside, we're just going to keep collecting a few more items. As you can see, you can outrun the villagers, so you don't really need to worry about them all that much. Let's just go through here. And now we're going to run into the house where Leon first runs into. There he is! Get him, boys! What, me? No, I'm just a villager. I'm just like you guys. Quiero matar! See? I know it's not very common for women in this village to be running around in red dresses and so on, but I'm totally a villager. Viva la revolution! See, that actually worked because they stopped following me. They think I'm a ganado as well. You know, it's a shame that they didn't bother to upscale these graphics when these cutscenes played in this mode. That really comes across as laziness as far as I'm concerned, but they were probably thinking, oh well, they'll buy the game regardless, so why not? And sure enough, it worked. Anyway, let's go through this door, and if you've been following my walkthrough so far with Leon, you know what I'm about to do right now. So we're going to make a hole in the door, and since we're using the handgun, we'll be able to create a hole. There's Maria right there. Apparently that chicken just pooped a key. But anyway, we're going to take care of just the first wave of ganados here. You can do this as much as you want and you'll be able to get pesetas and other rewards. And you won't waste any ammunition by doing this. But there's a point where we need to move on. And like I said, I just wanted to demonstrate it. Eventually they might come through the window in the back. See, I heard a window crack. But I guess we're good. Let's get out of here. Welcome. Anyway, there's one more room that we need to visit and then we can get out of here. There we go. Leon is going to have to fend for himself for a while. And just in case you're wondering, I'm sure by now you know this, but you can't actually talk to Leon or anything like that. Even if you see him running around, he will always disappear. Okay, so let's go ahead and ring that church bell. Otherwise, poor Leon is going to be in trouble. Always do that double knife strike to take care of the snakes. But I probably won't bother with it all the time. And we're going to buy a bigger briefcase for Ada. And we're also going to be selling the eggs and the mixed herbs. And we won't sell the mask quite yet because we need to find the jewels for it. And this is going to be just fine for now. And now I'm going to use a little trick where I will draw all of the ganados into the steps and then we're going to knife them away. It works pretty well. Let's go. So here they come. And now we're going to shoot these ganados just so we can create a passage. Never bring a torch to a gunfight really. But now we're just going to lure all of them into the steps and then we're going to use the knife and once again we'll be able to save some ammunition by doing this and get some rewards, even though honestly you can just try and make a run for it to the other side. But it's all good. I guess Capcom's message with this attire for Ada was to show that women can fight and also look fashionable at the same time. It's a great message, girls, really. To be honest, it really is a dumb attire. I don't know why, because on the other mode they actually gave Ada a combat attire, and it would make sense if she had that same attire for this mode, but I guess someone in the development side decided that Ada really needed to be wearing a red dress which exposed her back and one of her legs. Anyway, let's just keep doing this, and I'm probably going to jump down after this one. Yeah, I don't have the patience anymore. We're going to take care of Maria and Consuela right here. And now we can make a run for it. I think there's more female ganados in separate ways than in the main story of the game. Anyway, now we're going to head towards the cemetery, and there's going to be a few ganados here as well. I recommend that you dispose of them, because it's really not that bad. You won't waste a lot of ammunition doing this, because the strategy is always the same. You can wait for them to strike, dodge the attack, and then use the knife to stab away or slash them away, and you'll save up a lot of ammunition by doing this. There's Horde, so let's take care of him. I always like to dispose of the ones throwing stuff first, because those usually are the ones who always manage to get a hit, and we don't want that to happen. So stab in the butt, stab in the butt, stab in the butt. I don't think that woman appreciated what Ada was doing with her husband. That's my man right there. But that guy's down. And let's take care of this guy as well. I do think Ada might slash with the knife a little bit more quickly than Leon. Maybe, or maybe I'm mistaken, but it does feel that way. She moves pretty quickly, considering she's wearing high heels and a dress, which it's not exactly the most appropriate attire for running. In fact, it's amazing how she never breaks one of the heels, but again, video game logic, right? You're not supposed to think about those things. There's a serious case of inbreeding in this village. I mean, everyone looks the same. That guy's down, and we'll take care of this one as well before he can recover. And now we can keep going. You know, it just occurred to me that Ada could probably use her hook shot to get up there near the bell and ring it that way. But I guess that would be too easy, so we'll have to go around. Okay, so this guy's down as well. And be careful, because inside that crate there's a snake. I'm not even going to bother with it. Let's let the snake go for once. I mean, I already spared the crows, so might as well spare the snakes as well. And here comes the Bella sister, one of the Bella sisters. And whenever she makes a jump, we'll shoot her with the shotgun. Now you'll notice that the Bella's sister, unlike Dr. Salvador or the chainsaw ganado, she gets up more quickly. So we don't have a whole lot of time to stab away, but we can still deliver a few stabs and do a little bit of extra damage that way to speed things up a little bit. There we go. And now we can go ahead and pick up the green cat's eye, which we're going to be using after we solve a small puzzle. You know, I love our way they essentially fools everyone. Because she fools Wesker, she fools Leon, she fools Krauser. I guess she really has her own agenda, but we're going to solve this puzzle very quickly. Let's turn the dial 3 times, and now we're going to select 4 times to disable this one, and now 4 times again. Now 4 times again, and lastly 3 times, and that solves this puzzle. There we go. And now we're going to replace it with the green cat eye. First I need to take care of these guys. Why did I miss that shot? That's not good. I swear she pointed her weapon sideways, even just randomly. Anyway, we're going to take care of him. Okay, so now we can get moving and we'll get out of here. There's no point in dragging this out. We're going to let these villagers be. And instead we're going to get inside the church. They're very nice and they let you insert the emblem on the door and get in, but there's more of them praying inside. Then again, they are praying to a god who says that dying is living and so on, so I don't know. It's not like we're interrupting anything. Let's take care of those two. Surprised that guy's still alive. And I think we're going to have a ganado right behind us. Not yet. Well, then I can finish off that guy. Yep, he's running now. So he's coming, but let's use the knife once again. Now quickly turn around, and there he is. Too late. And while he recovers, we're going to get back here and use the knife once again, because they're already climbing back up. They're rather resilient, and I most certainly need to turn back around because this guy's still alive. Let's use the knife again. You're going down as well. And yeah, this guy needs to go. Okay, now we can just use the knife and take care of all the remaining ganados one by one. I might as well get down there after this strike, because otherwise it might take a little bit. Again, they're not very good at coming up with different strategies and different attack plans, so they always do the same thing. And now we're going to turn around and we're just going to solve another puzzle, very simple puzzle, and that will be the end of this chapter. At the end of each chapter, Ada will talk for a little bit and explain the plot of the game, which is actually pretty interesting, I think. I liked Separate Ways because it does explain a few things that you wouldn't necessarily get during the main campaign. But anyway, first we're going to solve this puzzle, so we need to turn the red color 3 times first, or the red panel. Now we're going to turn the green panel once, and lastly turn the blue panel twice. And that's it for this chapter, my friends. There's just going to be a cutscene, like I said. I hope you enjoyed this segment, and I hope you keep following my walkthrough for Separate Ways, and I will see you all later for chapter number 2. Take care.
Oh, la campana. Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos. Lord Sattler.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
Here's what I know so far. Osmond Saddler's cult is known as Los Illuminados. They've resurrected some sort of parasitic organism they call Las Plagas. That's all my organization knows for sure, though Saddler's occult activities seem worthy of investigation. The Salazar family, Castellans for generations, possessed the ability to control Las Plagas. The organization's hypothesis is that a unique frequency of sonic wave, sensed only by the parasites, is used to control them. The same principle used in dog whistles. This was inferred through the analysis of a tissue sample we retrieved. The tissue contained an organ presumably used for sensing sound waves. I've seen cult members carrying ceremonial rods, and I wonder if they emit these sounds. Of course, this is purely theoretical. The organization needs samples of the parasite to confirm or disprove these theories. That is the main objective of my mission, and the only way to prove my loyalty to the organization. The opening moves in this chess game have been played. There's no turning back now.